أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا اللهم زدنا علما وارزقنا فهما يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. After we praise the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, peace and blessings unto our beloved Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his families, friends, and all those who follow him. My respected brothers and sisters, allow us to continue about that a'mals that you are doing, the good deeds that you are doing. Remember, we have said, يَوْمَ تَجِدُ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا عَمِلَتْ مِنْ خَيْرٍ مُخْضَرًا. The day which refers to Qiyamah, every soul shall see what he has done of good or will be in his presence or her presence when you get up the day of Qiyamah. Now look at that. Look at overall every good deed that you can think of that you have done. That I want to take you to a hadith of Nabi Muhammad salawatullahi alayhi to demonstrate the benefit that you are going to reap with all these good deeds that you have done. This is, we all know, kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Every soul shall taste the death. And remember, we have also said about the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, three things will follow us to the grave. Two will come back and one will stay. The one that will stay will be the amal. And on top of that, remember, when we are going to be put in our grave, as the amals, that deeds that you are doing will be with us. When everybody leaves us, that moment in time, they left all. Your family, your friends, everyone. Your wealth is gone. They left, it's there now. You're alone with your amals. Then there will come a call. Just imagine you all alone. Ya abdi, tarakuk, wa fit turabi dafanuk. Oh my slave, they left you. They're all gone. Wa fit turabi dafanuk, and they have placed you in the sand, in the dust, in your grave, in your hole. Walau dhallu ma'ak ma nafa'uk. And even if they have stayed with you, all of these people, they would have never benefited you. وَلَمْ يَبْقَ إِلَّا أَنَا وَأَنَا الْحَيّْ الَّذِي لَا يَمُوتُ. No one is left with you except me, Allah. وَأَنَا الْحَيّْ الَّذِي لَا يَمُوتُ. And I am the ever living that will never die. Just take note of that. All of those individuals in this dunya will not be there with you, but your a'mals. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give that moment when you come out of the grave, your a'mal will be with you. And this is where the Nabi salawatullahi alayhi confirms that we all know we will be raised the day of Qiyamah. Inna al-mu'min إذا خرج من قبره, a believer, the moment he stands up and he leaves his grave, the day of Qiyamah. Right? With inconformity, just think about this ayah which we have said. يوم تجد كل نفس ما عملت من خير مخضرة. The day when every soul, whatever he or she has done of good will be present there. So when you come out of your grave, according to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when you stand up, sawwara lahu amaluhu fi suratin hasana. Your good deeds, that good deeds that you have done now, not only in the month of Ramadan, but through your entire life, will come in front of you like a nice, beautiful picture. Just think of it. Will be there with you. And that you will say then, when you see this, فَيَقُولُ لَهُ مَا أَنْتَ وَاللَّهِ إِنِّي لَأَرَاكَ أَمْرًا صِدْقًا. As true as Allah, I do not see you, this beautiful picture, which is all your a'mals, except a truthful thing, wonderful thing. And that picture will then speak to you. فَيَقُولُ أَنَا عَمَلُكَ. I am your deeds, your good deeds. Subhanallah. Just imagine that. You come out of your grave. Hear your good deeds. And remember that ayah. يَوْمَ تَجِدُ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا عَمِلَتْ مِنْ خَيْرِ مُخْضَرًا. The day when every soul shall see what he has done of good. Muhdara will be with you, will be with me. This is exactly how the hadith reflects. That picture, that thing, when you speak to him like that, I do not see you except but something good and something nice. That amal will tell you, Ana amaluka, I am your good deed. But it doesn't stop there. Then the Nabi salawatullahi alayhi said, Sayakunu lahu nur. That amal for you that has done it will be nur, will be light. Meaning, it will only bring you good, it will only bring you good tidings. And then, وَقَائِدٌ إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ. And then the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, that good deeds will take you to Jannah. Ya Allah. Just imagine that. This is in the waiting for you. And this is exactly what will be said to you. Udkhulul Jannah bima kuntum ta'malun. So enter Jannah. Go to Jannah. Why? For what you've been doing of good deeds. And always have that understanding that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never ever forget what you have done. Every little thing, no matter how little it is in the eyes of society, you will get the benefit of that. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَى. And whoever it is, does something good, even if it's as small as an atom, you will see it. Now, an atom you cannot see with the naked eye, basically. But remember, whatever it is, no matter how small it is, you will get the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And indeed, Allah has never been unfair to His slaves. But just imagine that. This is what is in the waiting. And you know, we all know that famous hadith for the understanding, Dua Usaim Mustajab. That the dua of a person that is fasting, his dua is mustajab, or her dua is mustajab. Allah accepts it. Allow me then, because dua is also a form of action. And remember, every day, how many times we say in our salah, every day, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. Thee alone do we worship, to Allah, and Thee alone do we ask for help. Thee alone do we beg. So here, Ramadan has put us onto a situation whereby when we ask Allah, that asking dua is mustajab. And you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in His glorious Quran, قُلْ مَا يَعْبَأُ بِكُمْ رَبِّي لَوْلَا دُعَاكُمْ. He says, Say, O Muhammad, my Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pays attention to you because of your dua to him. قل ما يعبأ بكم ربي لولا دعاءكم لولا دعاؤكم. Ya Rab, just look at that. By asking Allah, communicating with Allah. When we are in the month of Ramadan, like we have said, our dua is mustajab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts it. And because that is also a a'mal, one of the a'mals that you are doing. And just listen when you make dua. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُلْ مَا يَعْبَعُ بِكُمْ رَبِّ لَوْلَا دُعَاؤُكُمْ. Say, O Muhammad, my Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pays attention to you because of your dua to him. Now just imagine. Your dua which you make, Allah pays attention to you. Now, I look at that and I say, Subhanallah. How many times you make dua and Allah pays attention to you? Isn't this something wonderful? Allah never turns his, like we will say, his face away from you when you make the dua. Now that reflects that Allah pays attention to, and who does not want Allah's attention? Here the Quran speaks it. If you want to obtain Allah's attention, make dua. That in itself is also a good deed that you are doing. And you know, the Nabi salawatullahi alayhi also said, Ad-du'a silahul mu'min. The dua is a weapon for the believer, which means it protects you. But inshallah, I think that we want to take further. We're going to speak further about dua, especially the month of Ramadan that we are in, which is mustajab. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the little that we are doing. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us, forgive our parents, those who passed away. May Allah grant us and all of us Jannatul Firdaus. Wa akhiru da'wahum anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.